Hello everyone, in this short video I'm going to talk about survey data analysis and the descriptive statistics. So for the data set I'm using here is called the top 100 nonprofits data. Alright, so you have the organizational names, the first variable, and the ranking, which means which one is ranked the highest. All right, so because this is a top 100 nonprofit organizations, all right? And now you also have people's attitudes towards these nonprofit organizations. Now this is from a value from 0 to 100, and also identify the willingness to donate to these organizations, also from 0 to 100 scale points. Now what I'm going to show you here is because attitudes, willingness to donate scores, they are all interval variables, so they are continuous variables. Now for these variables we are going to use minimum, maximum value, or the range from minimum to maximum, right? And also the mean value as well as the standard deviation. Now this is these are commonly seen in descriptive statistical tables. So basically, if we are not dealing with categorical variables, right, which otherwise we'll be dealing with like percentage. Right. So for instance, if you have male, female listed here, then how many 51% maybe female, 94% maybe male, etc. Right? Because for categorical variables, really the mean and the maximum doesn't make any sense, right? So for instance, you coded this as male or 2 as a female. So if you listed like a male, the minimum number 1 here, maximum number 2 here, but that doesn't make any sense because they are just the categorical variables. So rather you would probably just say, okay, you know, for example, you say, okay, this is a variable name, right? Female, then you have 51. All right, I just made up the number. Then you say, okay, 51% are females. Then you get this. Also, like the mean, the standard deviation really doesn't make any sense to be applied to categorical variables. All right. All right, so this is for example to show you categorical variable. But here we are dealing with continuous numbers. Continuous amounts either are ratio variable or interval variable. Now, attitudes towards nonprofit organizations, willingness to donate to them, they are all interval variables here, but they are continuous variables. So let's say this will be our attitude, right? Because we are going to calculate the minimum, maximum values of attitudes as well as mean and standard deviation. Same thing for willingness to donate. Okay, so how are you going to calculate minimum, maximum? Now basically you are going to say, okay, let's say from minimum, you needed to bring the equation. So all the equations start with the equal sign, and then you say minimum value. Okay, remember this. This is if you are using Google Sheets, then you just simply click, then hit enter. It will show you the number. All right, so this is the minimum value. Same thing for maximum. You have to call the function max, and then you have this, and then you click here. So that will give you the maximum number. For the mean value, it will be the function you are going to call is called average. All right, so then you say, okay, I'm going to hit an average and also click all column C, right? So which is the variable attitude. So it gives you the mean value. And also the standard deviation, the function name is called STDEVA. If you want to add A, which means this is the sample standard deviation, And you can also use now here we don't have the population, otherwise you'll be using STD, right? ST, standard deviation, DEV, then P, that represents population. But here we still use ST, DEVA. All right, so then you get the sample. All right, now that looks so far looks good, right? So let's do the same thing with willingness. Now you now bring in the function name minimum, and then click all the D's, right? So same thing happened with maximum, and select D as well. And the mean value, so it's a little bit different. It's called average. All right, so average, you are going to call, no, sorry, average, and you are going to call D. All right, and standard deviation A, because it's a sample, then you click there. All right, so now you think, okay, now some with 2 digits, some with 4 digits, some has a lot. So let's make it like, constant into, I don't know, maybe use 2. All right, so that will be the minimum, maximum, mean, standard deviation of our 2 variables. All right, so we are going to, after describing this, we are going to use regression models to investigate the relationship between attitudes and willingness. But so far, what I want you to do is just like this. All right, I think that will be all for this short video. Thank you very much.